Good afternoon, grade 2. Okay, I just learned something new, which seems to be happening every day when I sit down at my computer. I wanted to make double digit addition and subtraction a little bit easier for you. I know that some of you are flying through this, and I know that some of you are struggling, and we just want to help you. So this is some extra practice. This is called two-digit addition and subtraction with no regrouping. So what that means to parents and to kids, regrouping is the way that we say carrying and borrowing now. So parents, if you're talking about carrying numbers and borrowing numbers, we just say regrouping now. It's the total same concept. The really important thing that I think some kids are forgetting, because we were just kind of getting into double digits when school closed, is that we need to always start with the ones. So what I want you to do when you have a worksheet, sorry it's so messy as I do it, but I would like you to circle the ones column. Circle the ones column. Or if you have a highlighter at your house, you could also choose to highlight the ones. No, don't highlight. Just highlight the ones. Which appears to be a little bit difficult for me using this tool. Okay, if we highlight the ones, that reminds us, sorry, this is bugging me, so I'm just gonna no, don't do that. Okay, if you highlight the ones or circle the ones, that's going to remind you that's where you start. You start with the ones. We always have to start with the ones column, whether we're adding or subtracting. That's what's important, is to start with the ones and then work your way to the tens. And when you get to be an expert at that, you'll start working with hundreds and even thousands. So when you get your worksheet, what I'd like you to do is either highlight or circle or color, somehow identify the ones for yourself. And once you've done that, then you can start adding and subtracting. Now, I've thrown in a twist this week because we have a mix of addition and subtraction. So your next challenge is you need to look really carefully at this sign right here. If it's subtraction, then remember you're going to look at the top number and take the bottom number away from it. So I have 9, I'm taking away 0, I have 9. Then I look at the tens column. I have 7, I'm taking away 2, I have the messiest 5 on the planet. Okay? And if you think about it, I want you to take these really slowly if you're struggling with them. And I want you to look at it and tell yourself if it makes sense or not. So what I'm really reading here, if I put the numbers together, is 79 take away 20. So if I have 79 and I take away 10, that would be 69. And if I take away 10 more, that would be 59. So it makes sense that I got the answer 79 take away 20 equals 59. If I go on to the next one, I've already circled my ones column. I have 2 zeros there. This time I'm adding. So I need to add those 2 zeros together. And if you add 0 plus 0, you get a big old 0. Yep, that's a 0. Today we'll call that a 0. Okay, then I go over to the tens column and I have a look. 4 plus 3. Well, I know that 4 plus 3 is 7. Now I'm going to ask myself, does this make sense? 40 plus 30 equals 70. Well, I'm going to start at 40 and count on by tens. 40, 50, 60, 70. 3 more tens makes 7 tens. So that does make sense. What I would like you to do this week is, if you are breezing through these and having absolutely no problem with them, then you don't need to worry about highlighting or coloring or circling. But I want those of you who are having a bit of a struggle to take a step back and take it really slowly. This is an important concept, and it's a tricky one. It's something that's kind of new for a lot of you, and I don't want you to worry about it. And if it's feeling hard, that's okay. Things feel hard just before we get them, and that's when we have to push through. It's that growth mindset where we realize, oh, this is tricky. I don't think I can do it. You have to remember yet, the power of yet. So when you look at your math, I don't care if you even do 3 of them this week. If you are struggling with this, take your time and do a few questions slowly so that you really understand them. Your teachers aren't concerned if you fill the whole page and fill another page. There's a time for that. There's a time for us to practice getting quick at it. But right now, this video is especially for people who are struggling with the 2-digit addition and subtraction. And there's lots of you. So if that's you, don't worry about it. Don't think you're not smart. You're very smart. This just takes a little bit of thinking. Parents, I ask that you please sit with your children and make sure they understand this. There's no borrowing or carrying in this practice one. We just want them to start understanding the concept of start with the ones, then move to the tens, and pay really close attention to whether you're adding or subtracting. If you have any problems, please let your teacher know right away and we can follow up and help you. But welcome to 2-digit addition and subtraction. You guys can do it. I know it.